All right, let's talk about this fight that just happened between Ilia Topuria and Max Holloway. So, in the first round, it's debatable, I suppose, but I feel like Topuria slightly won the round. I mean, because he had a takedown, he got some good strikes in, and people will say, oh, Max Holloway had more significant strikes, but again, the whole thing with significant strikes is kind of BS because if it's like blocked, that could still count as a significant strike, and a strike could be way less powerful and be treated like equal. So Taporia, when he lands, he tends to land with much harder shots, or at least harder shots a lot of times. Um, so I feel like he slightly won round one, but it was close. Like I could see like a tie, but I don't really see Max winning, even though some people had him winning the first round. So as you can see, well, I don't want to show the video and have it get blocked again by the UFC, which it shouldn't get blocked because I'm not showing that much footage and I'm doing like constant commentary on it. But anyways, yeah, Topuria took him down multiple times in the first round. In the second round, Max really came back, and he was throwing a lot of. Let me see if I can show you. He was throwing a lot of like teep kicks, kind of to Topuria's front leg, and it was working pretty well to like stop Topuria from coming in. Topuria, by the way, in the first round, I meant to say, was having trouble finding his range. He was missing a lot more than he normally does, but then in later rounds, like second and third round, he was hitting a lot more of his shots. He was finding his range. Max did. I feel like the second round was about a tie. Um, I could maybe see someone giving the second round to Max, but it seemed to be about a tie to me. Go watch it for yourself. Uh, so let's go to these statistics. Um, yeah, it does show that Max was throwing more and that he landed percentage-wise less than Taporia, throwing less but landing um, more as a percentage of his strikes. But that doesn't take into account how hard the strikes were, how were they blocked, like how much impact do they really have. But Max did have a lot of decent like jabs and maybe some straight punches and other punches that did land clean. Okay, so the third round. Um, by the way, the Max's best thing that he did in the fight was he kept throwing his back leg as a teep kind of kick. Well, teep and damage, I suppose, a little bit to Toporia's front leg, which is his left leg. And uh, I didn't talk about how Topuria, though, in the first and second round, he kept whacking away at Max's lead leg with his. So Max is is an orthodox. So he kept whacking away at Max's left leg with his back. Um, I forget what cut kick. Yeah, cut kick, and it was doing damage. I feel like. But Max was doing great. He didn't have to switch stances or anything. He had a big chin on him too. But the third round, um, let's see if I can find it. Uh, Max is doing all right, but then he got hit with like a straight right. He's on the pressure because he can tell he's hurt because later in the interview he says Max stepped back and he looked like hurt. So he just figured he'd go in for the finish, and his corner was telling him that too. Left hook caused Max to fall to the ground, and then he just throws like hammer fist strikes, and clear knockout. He earned it. So Max, let me see what he did wrong. let me see. He had his hands, well, not in a position to parry a straight right, I should say. Or he didn't expect it.
Oh!
Yes. Oh well, I don't need to show it again, I suppose, but he just seemed like he had his hands a little bit low. Yeah, let me actually go to it. He had his hands too low, and I'd say this kind of started the whole. What was it doing? He had his hands a little low at close range. Um, maybe. Oh, it looks like Topuria stepped in though with it, like a lunging, like hook or whatever, or jab, and it looks like a hook, lunging hook to me. Oh wait, let me see. Yeah, it looks like he faked a hook and then went for the straight right, which really threw off Max. That mistake where he caught him with the straight right was the main mistake that led to Max being finished. Because if he wasn't like stunned like that, he probably would have done very well and might have even beaten Topuria. But Topuria is just very good at striking, and he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. So even if the fight went to the ground, he'd probably still beat Max. So I mean, he's just a really good fighter. Some people underestimate Topuria, or they just are old fans of Max Holloway, so they'll just like root for Max. That pretty much sums up this fight. Thanks for watching.